Hi everyone, welcome back to GameMobile HDgraphic channel. Right now our team will present some new game that has an English version and of course with the best gameplay and surely a high graphic tier. I'm glad to let my subscriber get a new update about the new game on mobile 2025, so please help this video get 100 likes. And remember to subscribe to this channel. Please enjoy the video of Top 10 Best Graphic New Games Mobile 2025 English version. Black Beacon. This is one of the best new action hack and slash games on mobile. Seriously, I really love how fast the intensity of the combat and how we can do so many extra skills that will respawn in a certain period of time. It makes the player have to be focused while in combat, so will not be missing any single skill. There is no autoplay, no auto combat, it's pure need a high combat level. Even though we will face so many monsters, but we can easily dodge the incoming attack by focusing on the red dot sign. Before the enemy successfully land some hits, 3 heroes is pickable during the mission, but some mission will have a certain and specific hero that we can participate with. The combat mechanism allows the player to switch the skill and unleash the ultimate skill by filling up the gauge meter first. Honestly, it's quite tricky, especially when we try on clearing the stage. We should understand what the storyline is, because sometimes we should find out the hint by ourselves to be able to open the new path. One of the best high graphic games ARPG on mobile 2025. Project Net. Playing a game with a beautiful characters in anime art style would be the best way to enjoy the visual. With a great gameplay and really affordable for mid-range phones, successfully making this new game become one of the likes for shooter games. It's really unique because we will not play the team deathmatch, but it has a combination of the mobile game and also shooter. Can you imagine how the game will be? So we should reach the enemy's territory, but it will guard by the huge boss. The best way to break through is letting our minion to go first as a front lane. We should find the best timing to come in and back up. Try to kill as many enemies as we can by shooting the enemy's head to deal any critical damage. Switch the hero within 3 characters and unleash their unique abilities with their own primary weapon. All of the main heroes are girls, there is no male characters. I'm just wondering why the developer make an anti-male characters. Project Racer Mobile. This game is under development, but I totally understand how the game will become. The developer are really focused on graphic, that's why the ultra setting would be the best option we should set. At the moment, we don't have any opponents to play with, so we are only able to experience the navigation control. But honestly, have a hard time learning the control sensitivity and I need a lot of effort to learn how to pass through the corner. There is no option to pick any gameplay except the training mode. No wonder we can play it fully offline. But surely, we can modify the car to speed up the acceleration. Best new game offline for Android and iOS. Gundam Battle Operation or Mobile Suit Gundam. The reason why I add this game to this list is because it has an English version on every icon and menu option on the battlefield, but the rest is still in Chinese. Of course, it's an indicator if the developer will release the game to globally really soon. For me, this game is the best Gundam game on mobile. The gameplay is really similar to the actual anime, even better in graphic because it represents 3D graphic design. The gameplay lets the player get a teammate through matchmaking randomly, or we can invite our friends through the friend list to play together. In-game, we can switch with 2 main weapons of melee weapons and also long-range weapons. There is no energy need at all. Anyway, the navigation is quite difficult to control, especially when we are flying in the air. I feel like it's quite competitive, but also there is a campaign mode to enjoy the storyline. There is no Gundam game that can stand against it. Hopefully, they release the game faster in 2025. Crashlands 2. This is new sequel of the Crashlands series, but overall I didn't see any difference about the gameplay. It still has a survival base to keep our hero alive by crafting some material and tools, and also the material is super easy to get. We only need to pick the material around the island. The one thing I love the most is that graphics have enhanced multiple times with a great blur effect. Rendering and shadow effect will make the ambience look more natural than the previous version. Basically, we'll play in an abandoned planet where the monster is spawning everywhere. We don't have enough ability to face them because the power gap level between our hero and also the enemy is way too big. In the early game, we should try to avoid any incoming attack and keep grinding for the material need. Crafting is the key to survive. By unlocking it, of course, we'll have a chance to save the planet from the monster and find out the truth about the main mission. PUBG Party Battle Royale. I'm pretty sure the first time you read about this game is really weird because it seems like the developer decided to write a word that is similar to PUBG Mobile. Unfortunately, the game looks so different at all, so we'll not play in a shooter game but we'll play a run game where we should compete between the other players to reach the finish line faster. The player who lead the game will be able to come into the next stage, but honestly, I feel like they are all just a bot and not a real player. While playing the game, we can't disturb the other players because the random boxes only give a further jump effect. So we can't slow down the player who's lead the position. I think the developer will start to add more weapons to make the game become way more fun. Racing Master. Let me tell you something, this is a must-play game on mobile. Seriously, you will be shocked with how good the graphics are. It looks so realistic by the visualization. I feel like playing a console game in my hand. Unfortunately, there is one thing that I'm sure the other player will have the same issues as me, which the developer should add a crashing effect when the car touch each other, rather than making an invisible effect that looks like we only have a time trial mode. Overall, I really love how realistic the ambience and shadow is. Besides, we will see so many buildings around us that will give a shadow effect often. In the end, we should always try to win the game to get more extra rewards and modify your car to speed up the acceleration and top speed. There are so many circuit and races mode that we can select to gain some reward daily. Even the achievement reward seems pretty massive. Thank you Dev for the kindness and making it become no pay to win game 2025. My Young Football Dream. This is a new offline game and the game size is pretty small, it's about 75 MB only. We don't have to download extra data inside, which means we can't expect the game to have more features if we are seeing by the game size. So we'll have to pick a girls team or a man team. Basically, these teams don't have any difference. We will play soccer and win the game. There is a limited time of about 3 minutes or 5 minutes in one game. In game, I think it needs a lot of improvement. The control is unbalanced and pretty difficult to navigate. Get more goals than the enemies, then you will become the winner. While in the classes, we can explore a small area in the classroom only and get into the stadium to play a match with the bots. As I said before, it needs a lot of features to make the game become way more interesting, because right now it feels so monotone. FTW for the win. The game is always getting an update consistently. I can assume if the developer is fixing the issues from the player feedback so fast, and I really appreciate that. All developers should do it. This is a new game mobile in a shooting-based genre, but the gameplay is quite unique because we will play a team deathmatch that combines with a battle royale, which means the area that we need to survive is way too small, so the number of the players who are playing it is limited in one stage battle. We should try to survive and be the last player standing and kill the other players by using the gun. The weapon is really easy to get, just need to find the weapon pad and stand still for a certain time. Make sure we keep focusing on the shrinking area because the arena will be getting smaller and we should get into the safety area in a hurry. If you are a newbie, you can set the auto aim and assist to play the game much easier. Lineage 2 Original Legacy or Lineage 2M. After we were waiting for several years, finally this game released in 2025 globally. It is really crazy how possible the developer lets the global players wait for it for so long. I wish the other players were still having a desire to play it again. Because nowadays, the new MMORPG game with better graphics is coming up to mobile like Odin Valhalla Rising, but of course the player have their own preference. Let's get back into the topic. So the Lineage 2M will give a classical MMO experience with a medieval era. It has a 100% open world with a huge area that we can explore. We'll not find any loading screen once we enter the new area. Of course, it indicates if you need a high spec phone to run the game smoothly. The game's combat mechanism is it's full of auto for the pathfinding, mission, and also auto combat. Sometimes the combat itself feels quite clunky because we can't play mobile while slashing the enemy. Bonus SWAG multiplayer shooter 5 vs 5. You have a mid-range points level, then you can play this game right now. With a high graphic looks but small size game, it will grant your gaming experience in a smooth gameplay. The game is a team deathmatch but will play with a bot if we select a guest account, but once you log in within a specific account, then you can play the game in a real-time multiplayer. I realize all of the players have a robotic design and appearance. These all are the best new mobile game high graphic that everyone should play. Remember to subscribe to this channel and like this video so you all will get a new reference game. Thank you very much for watching and see you on the next list. Thanks.